Um, yeah, I guess I'd just like to echo some of the earlier comments with respect to the fact that it seems like the United States is saying that the space is for our national interest, and we're going to be the dominant controlling factor in determining the nature and the organization of how it's controlled, and and obviously the United States wants to control it in its interests. However, I guess I'm just wondering. To me, in my view, it seems that space is an international, well, I'll say territory. It belongs to the entire Earth. So my question is there really, other than the United States initiating what it wants to do, is there some international effort or organization or initiative to make space some international framework in for conducting the affairs in space, to protect each nation on an equal basis, for each nation to use its space to its advantages on an equitable basis? Thank you.
That's a question that a lot of people have, and it's something that a lot of folks, particularly on the side who are concerned about weaponizing space, will talk about. There's a lot of interest in that area, and the Pentagon generally doesn't want to prevent people from making routine use of space. They just want to make sure that nobody takes advantage of it against our troops in the same way that we've taken advantage of it in Afghanistan and Iraq. Basically, the Pentagon doesn't want a fair fight. A fair fight would mean more U.S. casualties, and so that's not something that they'd like to see.
Any sense of how other countries are reacting to the Pentagon's proposal for space control?
You know, a lot of countries are concerned about it. This is something that, you know, they're concerned that this will mean they can't make routine use of space. You know, China has talked a lot about wanting to keep space peaceful. At the same time, they're a country that people have a lot of concerns about in terms of space weapons.
Go to Sterling Heights, Michigan.
Yes. Now, we know already that in the earlier days when Russia first got into space, that they had sent space weaponry up into there, the same probably as China. And France has got some defense things up in there also that they put up there. And now I'm not sure which one it was that launched something recently, whether it was just a satellite or possibly space weaponry, which was, I don't know if it was India or Pakistan. So there's more than just the U.S. And these people have to remember, we were attacked from the air within our country before. And it's not hard for one of these other countries, OPEC nations, like Iran and stuff like that, which Russia has been selling high-tech weaponry, and they're not supposed to be, like through the, I guess, black market or underground and stuff, where they've been getting different type of missiles and stuff like that. And some of the other countries, we know Iran's already got, you know, uranium type thing. Well, if they got a satellite that goes up in there, you don't know if it's a satellite or if it's a thing containing weaponry. So we do have to be, you know, a little bit higher up in there so we don't end up being completely wiped out. You just can't close your eyes and not rather be safe than sorry. The other thing that I would like to mention is, now this is for technology and space advancement and stuff like that. Some of our older space shuttles and stuff like that have not been destroyed, that are still in decent flying condition, but they may not be as modern as some of the newer ones and stuff like that. Why can't they be used as space stations, you know, like put up there in space and be used as different space stations a distance from the one that's up there, and for like going to as far as Jupiter and its moons and everything.
Okay, caller, you put a lot out there, so let's let our guests respond.
The one thing I really want to respond to there was what you talked about with closing. We can't close our eyes, and that's a good point. And I'll tell you that people on both